Authorities report an explosion on a busy pedestrian street in Istanbul has killed at least 4 people and injured dozens more.
Celebrations continue in the newly liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson as Kyiv works to re-establish critical infrastructure in the region.
An explosion on a busy pedestrian street in Istanbul has killed at least 4 people and injured dozens more, according to the city's governor. Video footage shows pedestrians running away as emergency services flock to the scene. The cause of the explosion remains unclear. The avenue is a crowded thoroughfare popular with tourists and locals, lined by shops and restaurants.
As celebrations in the newly liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson continue, Kyiv says it's working to demine parts of the strategic southern city and restore critical services like electricity and running water. Russia occupied the city for over 8 months. These people have waited a long time to see Ukrainian soldiers once more. But war is still present and not too far from Kherson city's boundaries. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that almost 2,000 explosive items, including mines and tripwires, have already been removed in the region, but more work is still needed. Meanwhile, in the frontline city of Novokakova, in Russian-occupied Kherson region, a crucial dam was struck over the Dnieper River, according to Russian state media. They added that the alleged attack took place as civilians were getting on buses to evacuate from the region.
A harrowing record. More than 40,000 people have now crossed the English Channel to reach the UK this year. The new figures were released Sunday by the British Ministry of Defence, after another 22 small boats carrying 972 people arrived on British shores this Saturday. Never before have so many migrants, especially Albanians, Iranians, and Afghans, made the perilous journey. At least 12,000 of the recorded arrivals are Albanian nationals, who are fleeing in greater numbers each year. A 2018 poll found that 60% want to leave their country, citing corruption and a low quality of life among their main reasons. In recent weeks, Albanian opposition parties have brought tens of thousands onto the street to rally against rising poverty and corruption. The record arrivals have put additional pressure on the UK's Conservative government, which has made tackling immigration a top priority since Brexit.
As COP27 reaches its midpoint, countries are racing to make agreements in order to limit temperature rise to 1.5 Celsius by the end of the century.
The ministers that will take over the text on Monday, and then the presidency would be facilitating all the discussion to bridge the gap. So rest assured that Egypt will be fulfilling its role to bridge that kind of gap in order to push that agenda forward. But it depends on all of us on that.
With the impact of climate change already felt across the globe, there has also been pushed by major campaigners and developing nations for rich polluters to stump up more cash.
What's most important for the Maldives and small islands is the track of negotiations on loss and damage. And there's been a lot of discussions on it. First of all, when we started, having an agenda item is something that has never happened before.
COP27 will conclude on the 18th of November.
Big Ben rings out 11 times as the UK remembers its fallen war heroes. King Charles III led a 2-minute silence for the first Remembrance Day service since he became monarch. He and other royals and senior politicians took part in a ceremony in which they laid wreaths at the National War Memorial in central London. Officials said this year's service is dedicated to fallen soldiers in wars past, but also to Ukrainians currently fighting against Russia's invasion. The day's events also included a solemn march through the capital, featuring 10,000 British war veterans, from the oldest who served in World War II to the youngest who served in recent conflicts like Afghanistan. It's the first Remembrance Day since the death of Queen Elizabeth, who considered the event one of the most important engagements in her royal calendar.